Should you live in Miami Beach? This is my unfiltered verdict on what you should do. So you're thinking about moving to Miami Beach. The views are great, the real estate is relatively affordable, but do you know about the security, the safety? There's so many other things that you need to consider that we'll have in this video. My name's Amit Bhuta. I first moved to Miami Beach in 1973. I've had 52 years of experience in Miami Beach. Also, I'm part of the All In Miami group, and we sell some of the most expensive properties and some of the least expensive properties, and we get a bunch of opinions from all our clients. I'm gonna share those with you as well. In this video, we're gonna break it down in 5 different ways. Number 1, a perfect day. Number 2, the pros and cons. Number 3, what does it actually cost? Number 4, what does the future have in store? And number 5, Amit's ratings. I'm gonna go over 10 different items, and I'm gonna share with you a numerical value for each one. And by the end of that, you're gonna know whether Miami Beach is right for you or wrong for you. So my perfect day in Miami Beach is with Rashmi, my wife, and me. So we start off the day, it's a Sunday, and if I'm not mistaken, that's when the cruise ships are heading out. So we go there, and we go to South Pointe Pier, I think is what it's called. It's like the very end of South Beach, and we're on the beach, and Rashmi and I are just looking for the cruise ships. And our goal is in a few months to go on the Virgin Voyages cruise ship. So we're just waiting and looking for that. But before that comes along, these huge ships are out there, and it's just making us really excited about our next cruise. And if you've never done this, if you've never been onto the beach and seen these huge cruise ships go by, it's really fun. A few weeks ago, I had some friends, they had their drones, and they were just going over the ships, and everyone was just waving at the drones. It was really cool. So that's how we start the day off. The next thing we do is we go on Ocean Drive. Ocean Drive is really, really different, if I must say. It's people watching to the extreme. You're right by the beach, and you're seeing people from all over the world there. And I guess a lot of people save all their lives to go to South Beach or Miami Beach, wherever. Miami Beach is so big, so there are different segments of Miami Beach, South Beach, which they call South of Fifth, and just many other areas. In this video, it's everything. So anyways, we're watching all these people. We see a few drunk people and whatever, so we leave. And we go to a place in Miami Beach called North Beach. North Beach is a little bit more family friendly, and people are a little bit older there. They're probably not Airbnb-ing there, which I don't even think you can. So we go to a restaurant there. We don't even know the name. It's this Italian place. Pizza's good. They have pasta, so we eat there. After that, one of my grandfathers, my dad's father, was a famous architect in India, and he created Art Deco buildings in the 20s, 30s. So in Miami Beach, they have a section like that. So Rashmi and I, we go there and we check out all the buildings, and we remember my grandfather. So it was a very special day, and then we faced the traffic. It was just horrible. It's a perfect day, but I guess the day wasn't that perfect because the traffic was so bad going back to Pinecrest. So since Miami Beach is so big, the community vibe is very, very different. If you're the furthest south in Miami Beach, it's gonna be really cool. You're gonna have people that just wanna party, have fun, excited. As you go further north, it gets less cool. People tend to be a little bit older. It seems like they already did that in the past, and they're still enjoying Miami Beach, but different parts of it. So it's a mixed vibe for Miami Beach. So the exclusivity of Miami Beach isn't very exclusive. They have price points of all different real estate, so anyone could really go there. The urban energy is pretty great in South Beach, South of Fifth, and some of these other areas of Miami Beach. And like I said before, it's different in all different areas of Miami Beach. If you're still not sure if Miami Beach is the right place for you, make sure to click on that link in the description. We have 20 plus articles there, plus quite a few different neighborhood videos of Miami Beach, all different areas of Miami Beach. So make sure to do that. And while you're doing that, subscribe and hit that notification bell to get future updates. So there are a lot of pros of living in Miami Beach. No matter who you meet anywhere in the world, if you tell them you live in Miami Beach, they're gonna know where you live. They'll probably be impressed as well. Another thing about Miami Beach are the views. The views are amazing. You have some of the nicest views in the world in Miami Beach, especially when the sun is setting. If you happen to live in a condo and you have both views, ocean view and city views at night, it's amazing. Another thing is Art Basel's there. Sometime, every year people come from all over the world to go to Art Basel, so that's pretty nice. You'll see a lot of famous people in Miami Beach, so definitely lots of pros. Also, real estate is relatively inexpensive for some parts of Miami Beach, so another pro. There are a lot of cons too. The weather, right? The weather is okay, but there's flooding because it's right on the water. It's not great. If there's a hurricane, you probably have to evacuate. Some of the buildings are very old, so a lot of the real estate, you have special assessment after special assessment. The HOA fees are very, very high. There's more theft in Miami Beach in certain areas because it's so densely populated with tourists and everyone else. And I'm not saying the tourists are stealing or the locals are stealing. All of them are stealing, So the theft isn't that great. It's not really violent crimes for the most part. It's usually petty theft, little stupid things. Also, other negatives about it. If you want to go to other parts of Miami-Dade County, traffic could just suck. So definitely lots of pros, but also definitely lots of cons. Is Miami Beach a prime location? If you don't live here, you're gonna think it is because you're gonna say you live in Miami Beach. But if you live in Miami Beach, you're not gonna think it's that prime because they're all different price points. You can probably get a place in Miami Beach for $200,000. Privacy and security in Miami Beach, it varies. If you live in an expensive condo, a relatively expensive condo, they're typically gonna have a lot of security. You're gonna have to go to the front desk, then they're gonna have to buzz you in, then you're gonna have to get into the elevator, they're gonna have to let you in the elevator. So there are many different points of security with some of the buildings. But then you're gonna have buildings that are not secure. Is it insecure? Probably not, but they're not secure. So in buildings, it could be secure, but on the streets, it's less secure. The architectural features of Miami Beach are very, very diverse. If you're looking at single family homes, some of the nicest homes there are, and many, many different types of architecture. Even buildings, as more and more new developments are being built, you're seeing these architects change their minds on how they used to do things in the past. There's a building right off on 5th Street when you're coming off the bridge. It's 5 Park, and it's amazing. It's so many different takes on architecture in Miami Beach. It's much, much different than so many other parts of Miami-Dade County. Quality schools in Miami Beach, for the most part, suck. The resilience to weather in Miami Beach is they're working on it. In the past, if you go there during the rainy season here, there's gonna be a lot of flooding going on. It's getting better, but it's far, far, far from perfect. So it's a work in progress. So in Miami Beach, we get calls all the time from random people that see our videos or our social media content. And they say, I was just at Miami Beach and I want to do an Airbnb in Miami Beach. So there are a lot of restrictions in Miami Beach. Because the hotel industry is so powerful in Miami-Dade County, in many parts of Miami Beach, you can't do them. So there are a lot of restrictions that way. The HOA fees are very, very expensive in a lot of buildings. A lot of buildings are older, so they're getting recertified. And because we've had some tragedies in the past with some of the buildings, they're getting stricter and stricter, and special assessment after special assessment. So it's very, very expensive. So there's a great hospital in Miami Beach, Mount Sinai, and besides the hospital being great, the view actually from the hospital is amazing. Some of the best hospital views you'll ever see. So how much does it actually cost to buy a property on Miami Beach? Currently, there are 2,568 properties for sale. But with that said, almost all of them are condos. So let's break it down a bit for you. So out of that 2,568, if I make it just single family homes, and when I say Miami Beach, it's like if you look at the envelope and they write their address, it's Miami Beach. It's some of it is South Beach, some of it is North Beach. It's just a lot of area that we're going over. So there are 272 single family homes currently on Miami Beach. So I'm going to break it down a little bit. I'm not going to go in detail for each property. I'm just going to tell you the lowest priced, the most expensive one, and about what the average one costs. And when we go to condos, I'll break it down a little bit further. So the least expensive property, single family home in Miami Beach is, let me see, it says $689, but no, it's a fractional ownership. So you're buying a percentage of the property. So the least expensive property on Miami Beach is 1558 Normandy Drive. It's $890,000. It's 1322 square feet, built in 1939. So that's all I'm going to tell you about that one. That's the least expensive. Let's look at the most expensive one. Oh, that's a lot. The most expensive one is $150 million. This is, wow, it's on Palm Island. It is the square foot living areas. Since this is interesting, I'm going to break it down. It's 35,000 square feet. It's built in 2014. It doesn't seem, wow. It's called the Palm Compound. So it's 21 bedrooms, 25 baths, and 6 half baths. I don't know how that's really a single family home, but it says introducing the Palm Compound, featuring 35,000 gated interior square feet on a 90,000 square foot lot with 300 linear feet on the water with multiple docks for yachts. The compound includes 3 mansions side by side and gives full flexibility with room for staff, guests, and security. Meticulously designed with the highest quality materials and an unwavering commitment to detail. With a grand total of 21 bedrooms, 25 full bath, and 6 half bathrooms, 3 swimming pools, because you need 3, lush gardens, and docks for multiple mega yachts. Every space is a testament to luxury, and the owner can fit close to 20 cars within the compound. This compound is not just a property, it's a lifestyle of unparalleled excellence and refinement. Seize this rare opportunity to own one of the most private and secure paradise on Palm Island. Wow. So the listing agent is Frederick Eklund of $1 Million Listing. And so, yeah, that's the most expensive one. So let's look at the average one. So it's 272, so let's go to 136. So 136 is 4.75 million. This is 2550 Flamingo Drive, and it's 3,700 square feet. So that will be the information for that. So I'm going to go to condos and I'm going to break it down further. So currently condos for sale, they're 2,296. A ton of them for sale. So let's look at the least expensive one. Let's find a real one because that's 100 square feet. Okay, so let's find the least expensive one. This has 400 square feet. That's fine. So this one is 150,000. The address is 200 76th Street, number 59. This is Ocean Shore. It's actually a co-op. You don't really see that here so much. It's 400 square feet. It's a studio with 1 bath. It's built in 1957. It says, this is the remark, second home by the beach, anyone? So this is for someone that instead of wanting a hotel, will find this place and then they can, I assume you could probably rent it a lot. Oh, this, you can only rent this once a year, so not that great. One parking spot. So let's take a look at it. Let's see what the HOA fee is. The HOA fee is $461 a month, so it's not terrible. And let's take a look at the photos. It looks like it's a couple blocks to the beach. Looks like an older development. Again, this one gives me the Dexter vibe with the building. Wall unit AC. But again, it's only 400 square feet, so you could probably update it a lot. It looks okay. For $150,000, bathroom needs to be updated. But imagine you're on a cruise and someone says, "Where do you own homes?" And you say, "In Miami Beach." They're going to be, "Oh, Miami Beach. It's a $150,000 property." So maybe you can do that just to get props for that. Okay, so let's look at the most expensive one. And if you were looking at me earlier, you probably saw this. So it's for $85 million. It's on Fisher Island. This one is Palazzo del Sol. It's a newer construction building on Fisher Island. It's built in 2019. Built in 2019. This is 9,775 square feet, so it's pretty big. It's 5 bedroom, 5 baths, 3 half baths. I'm interested in the HOA fee. I'm sure you are too. Yep, didn't disappoint. HOA fee, $22,000 even a month. Not good. Plus the membership fee is $350,000. So not bad. And the terms, cash only. What else can I tell you about this unit? The taxes. What are the current taxes? Current taxes for 2024 are $646,992 and will go up significantly. I would think so. Okay, so let's take a look at the photos. If you know Fisher Island, the view to Miami Beach is nice. You're going to be looking at South of 5th, the Portofino building, South Pointe Park. So yeah, this is a huge property. I guess what would you expect for the price? Looks nice. I could just imagine if I had a friend and he just bought this $85 million property and he asked me, "What do you think of it?" And I said, "It looks nice." He's gonna hate me forever. So anyways, that's the most expensive property. Let's find the average property. So again, there are 2296 properties. So let's try and find about, I don't know, 1,300. Let's see. So property 1,300 is, it's 497,000, so not too bad. Very affordable. 647 square feet, so not too big. It's 1 bedroom, 1 bath. It's in this building called the Nolobi, N-O-L-O-B-I. I think that's how you pronounce it. Built in 1955. The unit looks updated. What else can I tell you? This is unit number 7. What floor is that? It is total floors and building. It's a penthouse. It's on the 2nd floor. There's only 2 floors. Discover the stunning 2005 condo conversion of a historic building designed by award-winning architect Chad Oppenheim. For those of you that don't know who Chad Oppenheim, he built some of the nicest properties in Miami and probably other parts of the world. So this unit, the HOA fee is $500 a month. And what else can I tell you about it? Let's check out the photos. So definitely looks brand new. Nice floors, nice kitchen. Everything looks really good. Bathroom, I spoke too soon. And very close to the water. The address of this is 935 Euclid Avenue. So that's about the average property that you can get in Miami Beach. It's about 500,000 and it's decent. So what does the future of Miami Beach have in store? I think it's going to get more expensive. I think that some of these older buildings are going to have these ridiculous HOA fees. And as more and more buildings have to do these structural integrity studies, you're going to have these buildings with a lot of special assessments. So my best guess is you're going to have these buildings, when they have those things happen, a lot of owners are going to be selling their units. So I'm thinking that the prices are going to decrease in a lot of these older buildings. If I was going to buy an older building, I would wait a little bit for this to happen. So you may have definitely an opportunity there. If you're going to buy a newer building in Miami Beach, you could expect higher HOA fees and for them to continue getting higher and higher. My best guess is the flooding is going to get better. There's going to be a lot more money invested in Miami Beach to help with the climate. And I think property values are going to go higher and higher. Single family homes are going to be more and more difficult to obtain because they're going to get ridiculously expensive. Number 5, Amit's ratings. Daily life and vibe, an 8. Miami Beach is really cool, and you can make it as cool or as less cool as you want it to be, depending on how far north or south you want to live in Miami Beach. Location and prestige. I'm going to pretend you're on that cruise again because I keep talking about it because we want to go on a cruise pretty badly. I'll say a 10. If you meet anyone and you tell them you have a property in Miami Beach, they're going to give you a lot of props. Waterfront living and views. It's a 10 again because Miami Beach, people come here to see the views, so definitely a 10. Amenities and lifestyle. Amenities are great, but the lifestyle isn't that great, so 6. Privacy and security. If you're going to Miami Beach for privacy, you took a wrong turn. Privacy and security, I would say, is a 4. Architectural features. It's really diverse, so it's really good like that. A 7. Community engagement and local interaction. I don't really think there's so much of that, so 5. Cost of living and real estate. It's a lot more affordable than you think if you're getting a condo. If it's a single family home, it's a little bit more expensive, so 6. And actually, I'm gonna make it a 5 because the HOA fees, the special assessment, sorry, John, the special assessments make it a little bit less affordable. Green space and outdoor living. There's not really that much green space. I mean, in certain areas there are, but the outdoor living is great, so 7. Climate resilience, a 3. It's not great. They're working on it. It's a work in progress, and it'll get better, but it's far from perfect. So that gives us a grand total of 65 points from Miami Beach, 17 points away from the leader of Pinecrest at 82 points, followed by Coral Gables at 74 and Coconut Grove at 73. There are 2 main reasons, in my opinion, why the score is so much less from the top. One of the reasons is the privacy and security. There's a lot of petty theft in Miami Beach. The crimes aren't too bad, but just so many people in such a small area, and tourists and so many transient people, you're gonna see a lot more theft there than the other areas that I mentioned. Another thing is the climate resilience. Miami Beach still gets flooded many times during the year, and although it's much, much better than it was in the past, it's way worse than Coral Gables, Coconut Grove, or Pinecrest. With that said, Miami Beach is one of the nicest places in the world, and you definitely gotta check it out. I first moved to the US in 1973, and Miami Beach was our landing spot. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, comment below, or hit the like button, or just do all of that.